Greetings, it's your man Mike Swift here, giving you an insight about this upcoming interview. Yesterday I had the opportunity to interview the legendary Mick Foley, three-time WWE champion Mick Foley, right here on In Your Box Radio. I will warn you that some of the content in this upcoming video is of some crude adult nature, but nonetheless it's all in fun, and it's all about box occupying. Honestly, when I came up with the phrase "in your box," it was when I was a freshman in college at Dillard University, and my buddy Sam Samuels, I give this guy the credit for "in your box." He would used to MC a lot of the parties I did on Dillard's campus, and while he was on the mic, he would be like, "It's your man Mike Swift, he's in your box." And you know what? I liked it. And thank you, my homie Sam, aka Cool. Thank you for giving me the "in your box" tag way back when, freshman year at Dillard University. That's pretty much where it came from, guys. And Mick Foley and a lot of folks out there see box as something else. Very gynecological. Enjoy the upcoming interview. Very funny. I give you your man Mike Swift and Mick Foley. Mr. Sacco! Power 102.9 New Orleans Party Station. Your man Mike Swift is in your box. And I'm very happy to join with three-time WWE champion. Three-time New York Times bestseller. Is it more now?
If you count children's books?
Children's books.
Then it's 5 times.
5 times.
5 times.
Yes, New York Times bestseller.
We couldn't get away with saying a thinly veiled sexual euphemism like, come on, PG era. It's an Attitude Era tagline. It's your station. I'm just saying,
hey, we can do what we
I
want.
can't remark on that.
What, the in your box? Man, you know, what's funny about that, Nick, is that it started off as a reference to speakers, and it became, there's somewhat of a sexual innuendo there. You know, it's the elephant in the room.
You have to address.
But I'm in a lot of ladies' boxes every day, and I am very pleased to do it with Mick Foley.
I'm not saying any of this. I'm just alluding to it.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the box, man.
Thank you. It's nice to be in there.
It's very warm in here.
Awesome. I can't feel a thing.
I mean, either,
it's
man.
Me, man.
Hot dog down the hallway here.
Hot dog down the hallway.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, man. You're in town because we're not.
I just heard that expression,
hot
dog down the hallway. Who threw that out there?
I threw that out there.
That was yours?
Yeah, that's mine.
One.
Feel free to use it anytime.
Okay, I will.
I use it a lot.
I think I compared. I once used a moped going through the Lincoln Tunnel. Plenty of room here.
That works for New Yorkers.
WWE representative. No, don't go there.
Don't go there. Look at this pre-recorded.
Because this is what I was told. There was a way to find out whether or not you were naturally in need of a larger contraceptive device, and it involved a toilet paper roll, and how tight that toilet paper roll was in you, and I got a knock on the door from my youngest son. Daddy has to go, and I'm like, oh, the toilet paper roll. Conducting an experiment. Science.
How do you explain
Turns
that?
Out that I am not in need of that extra. That's all the info I'm going to give you, though.
It's good to know. The WWE is in the city of New Orleans, man. We're getting ready for WrestleMania.
Who just watched my DVD?
Yeah.
That was 2 hours and 15 minutes. You didn't get that kind of info. There was
no not that kind of story.
A toilet paper roll, scientific experiment, a hot dog in a hallway.
As great as it was, I thought
Lincoln Tunnel.
I thought the best part was when every time you brought up Vince, you did the voice like, "Hey pal."
Hey pal.
This is by far the funniest interview I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, we should probably touch on why I'm here.
Yeah, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yes, it is the WrestleMania 30, which is in town next year, 2014, in April. Let us know about the big event popping off today, about getting the tickets sold.
Yeah, man, we are kicking it off. It's like we use the expression. It's our Super Bowl. This.
Right.
I think 42 countries were represented at last year's Mania, and people are like leaping at the chance to get these. Honestly, if I wasn't here in New Orleans and I found out there was a chance for people in this city to get the tickets a day early, I'd be angry. It's kind of like how I hated ticket brokers until I met one and befriended them. Then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, or I hated folks who worked at radio stations until I became one of those guys. Yeah.
So people in this city, or if they want to rush out there to Champion Square, they can get tickets one day before everybody else does. And
awesome.
We're to celebrate that, I'll be there along with Rey Mysterio and Mark Henry and Booker T and Caitlyn and who else? And Sheamus. Sheamus will be there as well.
Sheamus.
Yeah.
Drink some Jameson with Sheamus. That would be a lifelong goal right there. Man, so what's been going on with you, man? I'm seeing you're doing stand-up comedy now.
Yeah, it's you know, it's more of a. I mean, they're funny stories, but it's wrestling stories.
Right.
You know, I mean, I've my adage is I call it Tales from Wrestling Past, so that people know the wrestling stories. And when I'm asked to explain it, I'm like, I should just call it the I wouldn't come to your town to suck tour. I really love it, man. I was just in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania last night doing the show, and I'm hoping to be able to do one of these shows during WrestleMania week. What's always nice is that there are always like 4 or 5 women who accompany their loved one, and they're convinced they're going to have a horrible time, and they end up having fun. Because they're, you know, there are a lot of colorful characters in our business, you know, and I tell the stories pretty well, although you have visual proof that that's not always the case. Right? Now this is almost like a field trip where I'm learning about hot dog in the hallways.
Hot dogs in the hallways.
It's a Mike Swift special. I've had some experience with some wide hallways in life. You know, never want to go the easy route. But sometimes you do, and it ends up being a hot dog down the hallway. Anywho, man, looking forward to WrestleMania 30 popping off this year. Also, man, I want to personally thank you for helping me win my first fight when I was in 3rd grade.
How did that work out?
Well, you know,
I very rarely won them.
Really?
I have the worst won-loss percentage of any WWE Hall of Famer. I really. A few weeks ago, one of our guys, Damian Sandow, had an outstanding match with champion John Cena, and very rarely do I get negative feedback on my own Twitter account. But I said something about, hey, I just think we felt the first wave of Sandow mania crashing on our shores, and people were outraged because he had lost. They thought it buried him because he hadn't beaten John Cena, who was wrestling with an injured arm. And finally I was like, hey, you guys realize that like I hardly ever won?
Like the Rock Inside Connection matches were usually...
I went 9 years without winning. I won 1 match in 9 years. Granted, I was retired for some of that time, but even when I came back, I had to remind people I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I hardly ever won.
I have nothing to prove at this point. That's what's up, man. I just want to say, like, the Cactus Jacket, the double arm DDT, man, that helped me get through that fight in 3rd grade.
Did it really?
Yeah, literally. I double arm DDT the kid like 5 times. That was it. I didn't throw a punch. It was just, hey, bam.
There you go.
Sweet shin music.
Walked off with bang, bang, and that was it, man.
All right. Well, I'm glad I can make it work for you.
Thank you so much. What was your favorite, like, character to be in the WWE?
Man, I'll tell you what, I actually had the most fun when I was the commissioner in 2000. That was, I'd only recently started using my real name, and thankfully the announcers started using it, the fans started calling me Mick Foley, so when I was a commissioner, it was really my first extended time as myself, and I just thought, man, the people are now paying to see these other guys. Like, it's not my job to prove that I'm a tough guy. Like, I had my time on TV. And so I just like turned up like the nerd factor, you know, like I knew that not everybody watching our show was as cool and slick as we were making them out to be in the Attitude Era. And so I cowered. I was a good guy, but I was afraid of you got to be afraid of the Undertaker.
Right. You have to be.
Yeah. So I loved it because I showed up late. I left early. I didn't have to change my clothes. I didn't get hurt. It was great. I wish I'd kept that job for a long time.